Hello, you beautiful beings of light. It's another Wednesday. The weeks go by so fast because I feel like I just did this video yesterday and then yesterday and yesterday and yesterday. And already it's almost the spring equinox. Yay. We also have Mercury in retrograde and Venus too. Oof. See, now I didn't look it up before. Anyway, there's lots of stuff going on out there. We've had the Schumann resonance, like walls of red, blackouts. If you don't know what that means, it means that high intense energy, which if you feel like, la, it's that, or if you feel, rrr, it's that. How we feel and how we react to it depends on us. If your frequency is high, it gets higher. If your frequency is low, it gets lower, because the Schumann literally amplifies where you're at. And this is why for years we've been saying, raise your frequency, raise your frequency. You're going to want to raise your frequency because everything is getting amplified. Think about that. Everything is getting amplified. What do you want amplified? I want my high frequency amplified, baby. Yeah, I want to feel that wah feeling, because I don't like being down there. Ugh, it's yucky. Everything's irritating. Up here, you can forgive people. You can send out love. You can feel love. You can do all the good things and feel all the good feels. So let's do that. Let's amplify that. Okay? All right. What else is going on? You guys, one of my guys just said, remind them we're not going back. Okay? We're stepping up. We've been stepping up for years. We're stepping up and up and up and up and up, and everything's getting amplified. So go with the flow. Let go of everything. Now, if that means selling stuff, physical stuff, or donating stuff, that's one way to do it. Another way is to let people go. If that person is not supporting you and lifting you up in the same manner that you lift them up, let them go. You know what? You can be over there. I'll be over here. I am not going to spend my time lifting you up when you just keep yourself down and you try to take me down. No. Just no. And you're allowed to say no. No is a sentence all on its own. And it feels good to say it. It takes years to get to that point for some of us. But once we get to that point, it's like, oh, yeah, this is like a breath of fresh air saying no. All right, if you're new to Pick a Stack, this is what we do here. After I'm done rambling, we've got 3 decks. And today, they're all Oracle decks. Each deck also has a crystal with it. So I'm going to do a reading on each one. Each one will tell a story, something you might need to hear. Maybe you don't want to hear it, but you need to hear it. And I'm not going to hold back, because if they say, this is what's going on, I'm going to say, this is what's going on. Like last week, there was a Tower card, and I did have a few people message me and go, oh my gosh, the Tower card. Yeah, change is coming. If you assume that everything's going to be bad in that change, you're just bringing that to you. I'm going to assume everything's good. And speaking of change, I just have to say this because it's kind of funny, because it's change. So I run a shop. In the last week, I have received, the shop has received so many $5 bills. So people paying in cash, but like $5 bills. It's 19 something. You give me 4 $5 bills. And so I've got this, at the end of the week, I'm like, yeah, I get it. 555 is change. And this is like 55555555555. I get it. There's change. Thank you. I pay attention to everything. All right. So I want you to use your intuition on whether you need to hear stack 1, stack 2, stack 3, 2 stacks, or all 3 stacks. Okay? I want you to use your intuition. A lot of other readers will show you the cards or the decks or the crystals, and I used to, but I want you to use your intuition. So focus on me. And I don't say that with ego. I don't have an ego. Focus on me and just go, okay, is it 1? Is it 2? Is it 3? Which one just, all of a sudden it's like, ooh, I really want number 2. Okay. You ready? All right, I'm going to show you the decks now. So if you choose stack number 1, you're going to get a reading from the Self-Love Oracle. That is Akal Pratam. If you choose stack number 2, you are going to get a reading from the Shamanic Medicine deck, and that is Barbara Mickle-John Free and Flavia Kate Peters. Shamanic Medicine. If you choose stack number 3, you are going to get a reading from the Priestess of Light Oracle, and that is Sandra Ann Taylor and Kimberly Weber. Stack number 3. Are you ready? All right, let me just have some of this first. This morning, it's raw organic apple cider vinegar, lemon, honey, hot water. So good. Especially in the morning. It gets things moving, like you can breathe better. Here's a little tip from me. Anytime I'm with a group of people and even one person just goes, I do the ACV thing, okay? I do, because I run a shop all by myself. I have no employees. I can't call in sick. And I don't want to get sick anyway. So I always, when I'm with a group of people, afterwards, I will have my apple cider vinegar to because it's a natural antibiotic, to flush anything out, keep me healthy. And because I've been doing that very routinely, you will hardly ever see me sick. That, and I get massages and healings all the time. All right, ready? Let's get started. If you chose stack number 1, you're going to get a reading from the Self-Love Oracle. Let's see. All right, what do we need to hear? This one. That one went, pick me, pick me. So now that we have our card, let's talk about your stone first. This, I want to see if you can see the sparkles. There's sparkles in here. This is a sparkly green aventurine. Now, I just went to the big rock show and I picked up all kinds of really cool goodies. I love shopping. I love shopping for the shop. This is one of them. So it's a sparkly green aventurine. This is a stone of luck and prosperity, and that's good luck and prosperity. It's good for the heart chakra. And one of the things that I've noticed is I don't think green aventurine gets the attention that it deserves, because in my shop, it's one of the, I don't want to say least, but it's not purchased as often as, say, like malachite or even the pink stones for the heart chakra. This and unakite, it seems like they're like, well, no, I'm going to pick this one. This is an awesome stone. And I just feel like I need to push it. Now, maybe that's because TikTok, nobody on TikTok has expounded on the virtues of green aventurine, like they have for moldavite or hematite or all those other things. Because anytime somebody, some influencer on TikTok talks about a stone, it's like all of a sudden, all the young people want that stone and the prices go up. This is an amazing stone to have in your home or in your business, somewhere where you want that good luck, that prosperity, but also from the heart, okay? It helps enhance your creativity. So if you have like a little studio or a room where you create things, have some green aventurine in there. It's got such a good energy. To me, it's a calm, it's not like Howlite where it's calming and soothing. It's just like a calm, happy energy. Calm, happy energy. It's also a good protectant against pollution. So if you are in an environment that, I just got new house. If you're in a new house, like it was just built, there's going to be pollution in there, from the paint on the walls to the stain on the woodwork and cupboards. If there's carpet or rugs, there's chemicals in carpets and rugs. You know, that's environmental pollution. This would be a really good stone for that. Okay. Physically, it also benefits the thymus gland and the nervous system. So it can balance blood pressure, stimulate metabolism. It's all about, you know, because it's heart chakra, it's all about this area. Lungs. Again, pollution. Maybe there's a smoker in your house, or you're the smoker. This is going to be a really good stone for that. Okay. It's also good for the eyes, interestingly. And my eyes right now it's weird because they feel dry and watery at the same time. I don't know what's going on. Probably from out there or wherever I traveled while I was sleeping. So this is a really good stone for the eyes, as well as this whole area. Excuse me. All right. There's your card. Interestingly, the card that came out for us is card number 36. And I love 369. And this is the star card. And it says good fortune. So if you chose stack number 1, you've got the good fortune of the green aventurine, and you've got the card of good fortune. So let's see what the book says. 36. Oh, is that the last one? 36. Okay. Interestingly, in this deck, there's 36 cards. This is the very last card of this deck. To me, that talks about completion. 3 plus 6 is 9. That's all about completion. But the fact that it's also the last card in the deck is all about completion or finality or something of that nature. Let's see. Work and love bring truth. Your creative destiny will be supported by universal energy. Ask and ye shall receive. By your command, you will vibrate the cosmos. Let's be clear though. The small self will like the idea that the universe has got your back, but the true self and your wise heart know that the cosmos doesn't care. Doesn't care if you rise through your own self-imposed blocks and fears. The cosmos is not created to comfort you, to hide you, or to crown you. You've got to do the work. Focus, pull through, deliver on demand, and re-deliver. Be real, willing to continually learn and stretch yourself to self-realize. Until you are in command of your mind, with an open heart and serving others, you will not feel fulfilled. There is no lazy way around victory in the Aquarian age. Your heart must stay open, and you've got to give with your heart. You must let it rule your mind. Talk about a smack upside the head. We've got the stone from the heart, and then we've got this saying we have to do the work. Now, I run a metaphysical shop. I can't tell you how many people come in here all the time and they want what I call the drive-through version. Well, I don't really want to do the work. I just want to buy the book. I don't really want to do the work. I just want to buy the crystal. No, the books and the crystals and the the wands and the candles and all this stuff, they're tools that you use to do the work, okay? Think about a construction worker. The construction worker has a toolbox full of tools, okay? He's not going to pound the hammer with his thumb, pound a nail with his thumb. He needs a tool, a hammer, okay? He is the consciousness using the tools. We are the consciousness using the tools. But we have to use those tools to do the work. So if you're doing shadow work, if you're doing just raising your frequency, you need the tools, but you need to do the work. So that's what this is saying is just having a pretty room full of the tools isn't going to get the job done. You need to do the work. So use the singing bowls and bells. Use the tarot decks and the oracle decks. Use the candles and the wands and the smudging supplies. Okay, owning smudging supplies doesn't get the smudging done. Again, so many people, I say, when was the last time you smudged? Well, probably a couple years ago. But I've got the sage. That's great. Yeah, the sage sitting in a drawer is really going to get the job done. No, it's not. We need to do the work. You can't complain about how your life is, how heavy you feel, how tired you are, how heavy your home feels if you're not doing the work. I told you at the beginning that I was gonna, I don't hold back. And my guides are like, get them to do the work. Okay? We all have to do the work. And people ask me how often I smudge. Every day, guys. I smudge every day. And sometimes I don't even wait until a person leaves my shop. I'm literally smudging myself because I don't want that energy from that person. Now, I had a healing yesterday. And she pulled all kinds of stuff off of me. And I always say, okay, well, where did this come from? Well, where did this come from? And one of the things she said kind of floored me because she said, well, these energies are coming from all the people that watch your videos. And I went, what? Never even occurred to me. So remember, who you talk to, who you hang out with, where you go, what you do, all have energies that affect you. So smudging helps you feel better. Because I feel 10 times, 100 times better than I did yesterday morning. But you cannot rely solely on somebody else doing the work for you. So now that I have this piece of information, what do? I protect myself before I even start the video. See, it's all a learning process. So now I can protect myself so she doesn't have to do that again. I'm doing the work. Learning and learning and learning over and over and over again. That's what we do. All right, that was stack number 1. Let's move on to stack number 2. If you chose stack number 2, you're going to get a reading from the Shamanic Medicine deck. But first, let's talk about your crystal. Your crystal is citrine. And this gorgeous chunk jumped out at me. Ooh, look at you. I could just eat that. Arr. Yummy. Oh, that's yummy. You know, when I go to these rock shows, I'm like a kid in a candy store. When I become a millionaire, I'm literally going to go to one of those big rock shows and I'm just going to buy everything I want. Everything. I'm not even going to think about it. I'm going to say, throw it in the cart, throw it in the cart, throw it in the cart. I will make some vendors very, very happy. So bring on the millions because I'm helping others. This is called the Stone of the Mind. Ancient cultures believed that placing citrine on the forehead of an elder would increase their power. Gee, third eye. I have crystals on my third eye all the time when I'm meditating. That's why I can't ever meditate sitting straight up, because they fall off. I have to be back like that. Sometimes it's this size and sometimes it's, that size. It's also known as the merchant stone. So if you have a small business or a big business, having one of these in your cash drawer or near wherever the money is, maybe all you have is your phone for money. Well, put one by your phone. I have one in my cash drawer of my cash register. It has money, but abundance energies. So remember, abundance isn't always about money. Abundance could be an abundance of good feelings. It could be an abundance of resources. Maybe you need to be hiring people. Well, you need an abundance of people. So put this with your paperwork where your applications are. And I know almost everything's online. Put it by your phone. Set your intention. Write whatever it is you want on a piece of paper and put it on top of that. So this can bring in abundance, but also, what it's really good for? Healing. And it resonates with the solar plexus, which is our energy center. This is our self-esteem, self-worth. So if you need more of that, which most people in this reality do, place it right there when you're laying down. Maybe even sleep with it. Sleeping with crystals is very, very healing. When I'm having digestive issues, I have a big, it's a golden healer, which is like citrine. I have one in my bed, and I literally lay on my back and I have this big crystal right here, and that's how I fall asleep. And usually when I wake up, it's next to me. But I feel better when I wake up. So having one of these in your bed is not funny. It works, and you're a captive audience. So it's going to be there longer. It can help with depression. So carrying one of these, again, depression, self-worth, self-esteem, lift you up. It's from the quartz family, which is high frequency, which is up here. It's also good for poisons. Now, when I wrote the card, I wrote poisons, but I always say toxins, chemicals, and poisons together. Toxins, chemicals, poisons. So that can be from the food that we eat, what we drink, the air that we breathe, the water we drink, everything. So this is a really good, all-around, healthy crystal. Okay, that's also good for abundance and prosperity. Yay! Not to mention that it's really pretty. All right. Let's see. What do our spirit guides want us to know? What do you want us to know for stack number 2? I'm thinking you want us to have this one, since you threw it at me. Bones for casting. What's interesting about this card is when I went to the res, let's see, it was August 2023. I had just gotten this deck, and this was the very first card that I pulled. So I was sitting on the res, waiting, and feeling extremely out of place. And I got this card, Bones for Casting. Divination. All right, these do not have numbers. So, alphabetical order it is. But if you're keeping track, it's on page 28. 2 plus 8 is 10. 1 plus 0 is 1. So we had a 9 in stack number 1. We have a 1 in stack number 2. 1 is all about beginnings. You are being thrown a bone here. Ritual casting or cleromancy of crystals, beans, sticks, or stones, and the interpretation of omens have always been used by shamans to assist with changes and challenges. It is time to open your eyes to the world around you. Stop relying on modern technology to answer life's questions. Yes, stop relying on modern technology to answer life's questions. The answers are so simple every time, and technology kind of makes it more complicated. The world of spirit asks you to train your awareness on the natural messages that are staring you in the face. The true art of divination comes from being aware of everything around you. And I'll tell you right now that very, 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 very few people pay attention to everything around them. They pay attention to the things that are immediately there and not the background. For example, this is what my guides just, they give me examples all the time. I'm in the sunroom of my shop. There's these huge windows all along here. And I can't tell you how many people have said, there's windows? Yeah, it looks out on the neighbor's backyard. I never noticed that before. Like, that's a huge window. And there's 5 of them. How can you not notice that? But we focus on the immediate. I need incense. Well, guess what? There's the incense. That's what we focus on. Or I need a tarot deck. There's the tarot decks. That's what I focus on. We need to start paying attention to everything around us. Now that can be numbers. So I'm one of those beings. I do pay attention to everything around me. When I'm driving, I ask my guides, show me what I need to see. And then a car will pass me and I look and it's like 111 on the license plate. I see what you did there. Shoot. When I went to the rock show, we had a 111 and then it was like 5 minutes later, we had a 333. And I said, I see what you're doing. Thank you. We pay attention to the signs. And then when we get the sign, we tell our guides, thank you. And they're like, oh, you noticed that? We'll bring you more. A lot of times when somebody passes away, the person that loved them that's still here will say, oh, please give me a sign, let me know you're okay, and da, da, da. And then after a year, they'll come to me and they'll want a reading, and they'll say, well, my mother passed away and she hasn't given me any signs. And I'm like, your mother's standing right there and says she's given you 1,000,000 signs, but you're like, no, that's not for me. So we ask, but then we have to be prepared to receive. We ask for the sign, but then we have to pay attention to our surroundings. Here's another example. Last night, I was at a friend's house. We were having tea in fancy china teacups. And I looked at my teacup and it had violets all over it. Now, violets, that's my grandmother. And I'm getting goosebumps just talking about it. When I looked down at that teacup, I was like, I see what you did there, Grandma. I love you. Thank you. No, I didn't say it out loud. But I saw it and I acknowledged it. I'm not just drinking out of a teacup. Pay attention to the floral pattern on it. It's violets. I could have sat in that spot, which would have been roses. I could have been gifted a different cup. But that's the one from Grandma, and I needed to sit there. Why did I sit there? I don't know. I just knew I needed to sit there subconsciously. So we need to be paying attention to everything around us, especially now, you guys. Our spirit guides are trying so desperately to give us messages because there's a lot going on in the world. The veil is getting thinner, 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 thinner. It's like a freaking wet tissue now. Pay attention. And then when you see the sign, go, I see that. Thank you. Give me more of those, please. And don't freak out. Why do you freak out? Because it goes against everything that you've been taught? Well, everything you've been taught is a lie. Literally everything we've been taught our entire lives is a lie. So, this reality isn't what we think it is. And when we pass on, we literally graduate out of this reality. We graduate to the next, more fabulous reality. This isn't the end. I know it's not. I talk to them all day, every day. My son is way happier out there than he ever was here. One of the first things he taught me is, Mom, I can drive any car I want. And believe me, he does, because he shows me. So we need to be paying attention to the signs. By noticing natural signs in falling leaves and cloud formations, animals and stone formations, you will grow more sensitive to every aspect of the natural world and its magic. Your senses will come alive. Yes, there are patterns out there. You know, when I was a kid, we used to lay on the ground and look up at the sky and go, oh, that one looks like a turtle. That one looks like a Volkswagen Bug. That one looks like a rabbit. People don't do that anymore. Why? Everything's so fast and we have to pay attention to our technology. And when we're driving, we've got our phone, we've got the computer on the car, we're listening to a podcast. We're not actually enjoying the ride. That's why one of my goals, I want a car from the 40s or 50s with no electronic anything. I want to be able to blow that top off and just drive under the stars. No noise, no computer, just, and maybe even just sit in a park under the stars and just enjoy just being. Yeah. So we need to be paying attention. We need to be paying attention so we can hold on to the card. Pay attention. You guys, there's signs everywhere. Pay attention. All right. That was stack number 2. I love the light right here. It's going to be a cloudy day today. You know, we're back down to the high 30s, low 40s. But you know what? It's March. That day of 70 was nice last Friday. I got to listen to motorcycles go up and down the street. I haven't even started mine yet. I'm kind of a wuss. I want it to be nice out with no sand on the road. And we haven't had rain for that. What do our people need to know, spirit guides? You want that one? Ooh. Haven't had that card before. Okay. Got to do the stone first. For stack number 3, your stone is labradorite, but not just any labradorite. See if we can. This is a lion. It's got a really cool flash to it. There. Woo, there it is. So this is labradorite. It's got a pretty blue flash, but then there's also a little bit of green down here. I can see it, you know, right away, but it's like when I try to do it on the camera. Here we go. So we not only have labradorite, we also have the lion. This is the one that called to me. I was going to do a heart, and then the lion was like, "Rawr, no, do me." Okay, all right, we got this. So labradorite is a stone of magic, and we were just talking in stack number 2 about how there's magic everywhere, but only if you see it, if you start paying attention to it. So the labradorite can help you recognize your destiny and bring together the aspects of your life from different planes of existence. Okay, this is not the only reality that we're in. So different planes, including also including mental, intuitive, psychic, magical, mystical planes of existence. So maybe in this reality you're doing this, but maybe in a different reality you're a magician. Maybe you're a witch. Maybe you're a bricklayer. Whatever. It doesn't really matter. But this stone can help you bring in those qualities that maybe you don't even have in this reality. Like, okay, I don't feel magical. Well, use the labradorite to call in the magical abilities that you have in another reality, because we can do that. We can share things between realities. I know we can. So this crystal aids coincidence, which I don't believe in coincidences. I believe there's a reason for everything. But if you're using a tool like labradorite to pull in information, data, wisdom, skills, right? You may see it as a coincidence. Like, oh, wow, I really wanted to learn about herbs, and now I'm being offered this class. Yeah, that's a coincidence. Not really. You called it in. Maybe you didn't do it consciously, but you did it. Synchronicity. It can also help you let go of thoughts that may impede you from taking action on those things that you're inspired to do. So maybe you need to do something, or you want to do something here, but you're like, oh, I'm going to procrastinate. I'm going to do blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to do blah, blah, blah. I'm putting it off. This stone can help you stop procrastinating. You know, like finishing that big paper that you need to finish in the next couple weeks. You know who I'm talking to. Yeah. Plus, labradorite is so pretty. Okay. So your stone is labradorite, but your card is card number 6. Now, we had 36 in stack number 1. We have card number 6 in stack number 3. 3 and 6. It's funny. I have to share this. So last night, I had to go somewhere, and I get back. I'm in my driveway, and I look down, and it's 39 degrees, so 3 and 9. And then the odometer was like 6.3, what was it, 63969. It was all 3 6s and 9s, the temp and the odometer, and I had to take a picture of it because I'm like, yeah, this is really cool. 369, man. If you know the power of 369, Nikola Tesla. That's why I have to say this. If you're listening to frequency music, which I highly suggest you do, make sure the frequency adds up to either 3, 6, or 9. So for example, if you listen to frequency 741, which helps to get rid of low frequency energies, 7 plus 4 plus 1 equals 12, 1 plus 2 equals 3. That's what I'm talking about. The frequencies that add up to either 3, 6, or 9 are harmonious for your body. If you listen to frequency 1111, which adds up to 4, that is not as harmonic for your body as 111 is. 3, 6, 9. The solfeggio frequencies are your best bet because all the solfeggios add up to either 3, 6, or 9. So, card number 6, angelic assistance. And it says divine guidance and loving support. Let's get the right book here. blue, and it's big enough print so I don't need my glasses. This tender-hearted, smiling angel brings you a message of encouragement and support. Heavenly light emanates from her heart and hands, and the brilliance of divine consciousness shines down from above to the top of her head. This vibrating resonance of healing and loving power is all around you, brought by the angels who long to assist you in every area of your life. Sorry. If you've never turned to the angels before, now is the time to start. Okay, so we're supposed to work from the heart. We're supposed to pay attention to the signs, and now we're supposed to ask for angel help. Do you see the theme here? You guys, we are in the end times, which is really cool because we're also in the beginning times, right? Where one thing ends, one thing begins. And they're saying, use the tools, pay attention to the signs. There's new beginnings coming. Stuff is ending. Let it go. Let it end. Quit holding on to it and ask for angelic assistance. Angels are a very real presence in the world. Yes, they are. Sometimes they're in dog or cat suits. Sometimes they're in human suits. And sometimes they're in a realm that most people can't see. Angels can exert a significant influence on your life. Yes, they can. If you talk to them and ask them for help and thank them. If you have a problem that needs resolving or a project that needs some inspiration, the angels can help you. Whether you're working on a physical issue or a difficult relationship, the angels can bring clarity and healing. So stop resisting and open up to their very real power. Now, part of the problem here is that religions have taught us, no, you can't do this. You're just a lowly human. You can't talk to the angels. You can't talk to the archangels. And oh no, you can't talk directly to God, Creator, Source, Great Spirit, or the Great I Am. No, you can't. Or Jesus, Yeshua, you can't talk to him directly. Yeah, you can. You are not just a mere human. You are a beloved human. They love us and want to help us. We are the children of God. We are the children of the Great Spirit. Why can't we talk to our father or mother? So we need to get out of that programming that says we're not worthy, we're lowly, we can't talk to them directly, because yes, you can. And once you start doing that, you will find your life changing in amazing ways. Once you start asking for help and then saying thank you, your life changes in amazing ways. And that could be angels, archangels, ascended masters, ancestors, siblings, children, all the beings out there that live in the light. And please be very specific. Angels that live in the light, angels from the light, archangels from the light. Okay? Because there's dark ones. You don't want their help. You'll see changes in your life with them too, only it'll go down in the toilet. Talk to the angels from the light, the archangels from the light. Okay? Ask them for help. And it doesn't matter how big or small the thing is you're asking for. It could be the healing of your body. It could be a parking space in front of the courthouse. It could be a house that you want. Thank you for bringing me the perfect house for me. Thank you for bringing me the perfect job for me. Thank you for bringing me all the resources I need to pay all my bills. But then don't be surprised when somebody or something comes to you. Let's say it's a home you're looking for. If somebody walks up to you and you don't even know them and they say, hey, yeah, I'm a realtor and, talk to me. Like, okay, give them a chance. If it just came out of the blue, give them a chance. Because do you know what the angels had to do to get that person to get to you, to bring you a card? Kind of like when I got this, before I got this building, literally 15 people came up to me in my other shop and said, you need to be in that building. You need to go check out that building. But in my mind, I was like, I don't have the money to buy a building. I'm paying rent here. I'm fine. People kept coming in. And after the 15th time, I'm like, fine, I get it. Now, literally walked in the building and went, oh crap, I need to be in this building. I got to come up with money for a down payment. And I was telling one of my customers, you know, it's an older couple. I said, yeah, you know, I really want to be in this building, but I don't have the down payment. 3 days later, the husband came back in and he says, my wife and I want to loan you the money for the down payment on that building. And that's how I got in this building. You want to talk about divine? I mean, I got goosebumps talking about it. That is a divine thing. I put it out there. Thank you for helping me get in the building I need to be in. They wanted me in this building. So it happened. Miracles happen every day. And I want you to believe that miracles can happen to you too. Okay? Miracles happen. Believe, have faith, know that it can happen for you, and it will. That was stack number 3. It's a long one today. I know most people don't listen to the whole video. I listen to my whole video after I do it. It takes as long as it takes. I love you guys. You're the reason I do these. And I'm sending you blessings of love, light, peace, joy, happiness, success, divine health, and all good things because I know you're worthy. I know you deserve it. And I know miracles can happen. So get in that mode so they can happen for you. Namaste. Mwah.